Hey Postables, you're listening to Deliver Me a Podcast, brought to you by Casey, Jess, and Cammie. A special thanks to James Jandrish for letting us use the music on our show. Now, grab some yoo-hoo, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Happy Thanksgiving week, Postables! Today we have a very special episode for you guys because we just want to express our gratitude for the Postables, for the cast, the crew, and for Martha and her amazing work, because without her, none of us would be here. And we thought that it'd be kind of a special thing to just talk about and share and have your voices on our podcast on what Signed, Sealed, Delivered means to you and why you're grateful for this show. And I have to say, I've listened to all of the calls so far that I've gotten, and they're very heartfelt and very touching. So I'm going to warn you, if you are like Cammie and myself, you might want to get a tissue or 5.
Come off. Or a box.
Yes, or take stock. Because very on brand with Signed, Sealed, Delivered. They are very heartfelt, and I'll leave you at that. But before we get into that, Cammie and Jess, we've been doing this for quite some time. This is episode number 41.
Oh, my word.
So we've been doing this since March, 41 weeks. I don't know. Did we take a break? I don't think we've ever taken a week off. I don't think we've taken a week off. So we've done this for 41 weeks straight. We've covered all of the movies. We've talked to Kristen and Crystal and Eric and Jeff and Zach and Jill and, Lane. We've talked to so many of them. Adam, Brooke Nevin, Tammy Gillis, Joel Berg. We've made so many friends on the podcast too. So I want to ask you guys.
James
Jandrish, yes. I want to ask you guys, what does Signed, Sealed, Delivered mean to you, and why are you grateful for the show?
Cammie? You want me to go first?
I have to go first.
No, I can go first. I'm ready. I just don't want to start if you were about to say something.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to tell the medium length version of my story because it's a really long story and there's a short story, but I'm going to tell the medium length version. And so I discovered Signed, Sealed, Delivered by chance, aka Divine Delivery, on Hallmark Movies Now. And prior to the series, I had a Twitter account. I didn't use it. And I don't think I've ever actually told you this, Casey, but I went on Twitter because I read your article on your blog about how active the Twitter community was, and the cast would interact with you, and being the vain person that I was, oh my gosh, the cast is gonna talk to me. Oh my gosh, I have to go on Twitter, right?
But they do. I mean, I was honest. They do.
Yes.
Eric responded to my tweet about me passing out during To the Altar when Shane gets all up in his ear and says, I love it when you get all this macaroni on me. And I was like, oh my word. And then he retweeted it and I was like, oh my word. That's embarrassing for me.
But so that's why I went on Twitter. Anyway, my vanity, that's what got me there. It was my vanity, guys. And I posted that I had found the series, blah, blah, blah. And of course, then all the Postables were like, hello. Came out of nowhere. And that's kind of how I found the Postables community. And so for me, Signed, Sealed, Delivered was really a catalyst for a lot of things that happened in my life. It's how I got on Twitter. It's how I found the Hallmarkies podcast and joined that team. It's how I met you guys. It led me to my first Postables on the Go trip last November when I got to go to Florida and meet all the amazing ladies. I think it was all ladies, yes, who went on the trip. And if you haven't had a chance to go on a trip, let me tell you, they're all pretty much exactly like their Twitter, personalities. Nobody is hiding anything, guys. And so, obviously the movies are amazing. Martha has fantastic writing, but I think the community is just as wonderful and just as important for me. I went through some very difficult stuff this year, and there was a time when I was like, I need to talk to the Postables, and I just messaged a group of them, and all I got back was encouragement and no judgment, even though I was like completely judging myself. And so getting emotional, guys, but why do I need a mom?
What?
So I'm very thankful for the series, for the Postables community, because even though, you know, the series won't last forever as much as we would love it to, but the legacy that Martha's created, the lessons that we've learned, and the friendships that we've made, those we'll always have with us. So that's something to be thankful for sure. I'm done.
Dang, I should have gone first. I'm crying now.
I told you, I was like, oh, emotional.
I have a lot to be thankful for because of this show. I found it by chance on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries as well. The first one I watched was From Paris with Love. And it took me a little bit to catch up, you know, with the story. And I did a lot of digging, and I found the series and the pilot movie on Amazon. And so I was like, purchase. Yes, I want this. But I have very seldom been touched by media the way I have been touched by Signed, Sealed, Delivered. There is so much to learn from these stories. There is so much profoundness in otherwise simple storylines. I remember constantly saying, this would be a very boring story if it hadn't been written so masterfully by Martha Williamson. And I love how she teaches us things without telling us that she's teaching us things. It's like an elementary school teacher. You know, you teach them through games and fun, and they don't know they're learning. And so she has taught us so much through this entertainment that we all love. And the biggest thing above all is that it is so clean and so family friendly. And in a day and age when that is very quickly dwindling on all television, you know, where we don't have a chance to look at something without being worried about what we're going to see, because I've been moved by a movie before, but I had to watch it alone or just with my husband. I've never been so moved and learned so much from something that was not a religious movie. And I could say to my kids, come sit with mom, let's watch this together. And that has been such a blessing in my life to give me something clean and profound and moving and entertaining to watch. It's also how I met Jess, because I met Casey on the Hallmarkies podcast, and my journey was different from Jess, but I met Jess because I won her giveaway. Which
you didn't remember you entered.
I entered it. But she gave me her beautiful painting, Trust the Timing. And I have had to rely on that so much in the past couple of years. I've had to trust the Lord's timing, and I've had to be patient with myself and with my life. And looking at that painting has been so helpful. And then I had the beautiful experience. My daughter was turning 6 during the lockdown, and she wasn't going to have a party, and she was so sad. And the Postables rallied. Mary Beth messaged me privately and said, let me get everybody together and I'll get cards sent to her. And I said, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Huge, thick packet arrived for her on her birthday. And she got to open all of them up, and there were all of these beautiful cards that were kid appropriate. And then Ducky drove 2 hours, I think, at the minimum. She drove 2 hours to come and stand on our porch and wish Lydia and Jonathan, because they have the same birthday, but he was turning 2, so he didn't have
he didn't miss the party.
he didn't miss the party, but Ducky drove all that way to hold up a happy birthday banner with her mother-in-law and to give both of them cards that she had made from all the Postables. Oh. It was beautiful, and it was heartwarming to see what the Postables will do for each other. And I just have to add this little thing in, because like Jess and Casey, I too have had the experience before we got to interview them of having the cast talk to me on Twitter. My best friend Sarah, she sent out this huge Twitter blast saying, Postables, my best friend is going in for emergency surgery. Can we all give her a little love? And Kristen came right on and said, oh no, prayers and hugs, and I hope that she gets better soon. And then when I was in the hospital, I was live tweeting during Eric's Christmas movie, and I said something, and Amanda, she said, oh, I didn't know if you were going to be here. Are you feeling better? Oh, and then Eric answered one of my tweets during the live tweet, and it just made me feel that much better, and it made my recovery that much easier because I was feeling happy instead of in pain. And I'm done.
Oliver, are we nailing our speeches? Are we giving the right profound deliverance?
Do we pass the test of divine delivery speeches?
Beautiful. Oh man, there's a lot of pressure to be a mop. I just have to say. Dear.
I'll get you a sunflower print Kleenex box like they give Doug in The Road Less Traveled. You know?
Right. Yes. I mean, I have to say, I've told this story a million times. I found Signed, Sealed, Delivered after the death of a different character from a different Hallmark show. Because a lot of people were telling me to watch Signed, Sealed, Delivered. I think my cousin, even a few years ago, was like, you like When Calls the Heart? You love Signed, Sealed, Delivered. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to start watching this show. And so I was like, I am going to pace myself. I binged the first season in like 24 hours as a good Postable would. And then I was like trying to find all the movies. This was before they had Hallmark movies now, so use your imagination on how I found those movies. I was channeling my inner Shane McInerney. Do that quite a bit. But I think the greatest blessing of the Signed, Sealed, Delivered series has been just doing this podcast and having meeting and getting to know Jess and Cammie so deeply. We're so deeply connected now than we were 41 weeks ago.
I can't imagine life without you two now.
We didn't even know each other 41 weeks ago.
I know. I did one episode with Jess, so like last year.
I didn't really know you, Casey. I think Cammie and I had been talking before that.
We met cyber met. We
Yeah.
cyber met.
Yeah, because my giveaway was in the summer last year.
Yeah.
I think, so. Anyway, sorry, Casey.
Oh, no, you're okay. But the community of Postables, I have to say, especially in recent days and months, especially during the pandemic, and we're all isolated and we're all alone, the Postables are by far the best fan group community that I have experienced, that I have witnessed. It is number one. There's no negativity. There's no judgment. There's just all the love and all of the well wishes and everything. And sometimes you really just need that, even if it's from a group of strangers that you have no idea who they are. You've only seen their picture on their profiles, but honestly, I can't think of a better community of people to be associated with. And, over the years, I've seen them, I've seen other communities come and go. I've seen them turn different ways, go down different paths or whatnot. But the Postables have been consistently the best. And so I am just very grateful for the friendships that I've made through the podcast, through the community, and just being part of a very uplifting community of folks. And so the show also has brought out a lot of feels, and it's brought out a lot of tears and laughs and everything.
And drinks flying out of people's mouths.
And then on a deeper note, after talking to Kristen on our podcast, because we did talk a little bit about anxiety, she made me feel okay about my experiences with anxiety and stuff. Because for a while there, I was thinking I was just going crazy. I'm just a crazy person in my head all the time. But after that conversation and after sitting back and just hearing her story about it, just made me really think you know what, it's okay. It's okay to have those feelings and have those internal turmoils and stuff. And it's okay to address them. You don't have to shove them down into yourself. And we'll talk next week when we go into the road less traveled about how I am an avoider of things. But that conversation really meant a lot because it's made me more aware of it being okay not to be so avoidant of negative feelings. And I have now completed my speech without any puddles. So I think I'm okay. Maybe.
All fine. It's fine.
We're all fine. Maybe if you're a listener, maybe you should get us some mops.
Yeah.
Without further ado, this episode is dedicated to the cast and crew and Martha Williamson. And we hope you enjoy. These sentiments are from the Postables from all over. So here we go.
Hello, Postables. My name is Petula Boostris, and I'm a proud Postable and a great supporter of this beautiful show called Signed, Sealed, Delivered. This show has given me an incredible opportunity to meet some beautiful people. It's amazing how we all start out as strangers, but somehow we quickly become friends that seems to have known each other for years. And for that, I will always be grateful to Martha Williamson. Martha has also taught me through her inspiring words and her beautiful way of storytelling some great, valuable life lessons. She has shown me to see life in a new light, with a new perspective, to really understand and appreciate the important things in life, like family, friends, how to love, patience, faith to never give up hope, and sometimes you just need to hand it over. I'm also grateful for our 4 incredibly talented actors that without them, this show would not be as successful. I guess Martha had a perfect sense when she chose these 4 to play her characters. Each one of these actors have put their heart and soul, their love, their energy to bring their characters to life so beautifully. And for that, I like to thank each and every one for their hard work. I also like to thank them for their huge, kind heart, for the continued show of love, patience, and support to their loyal fans throughout the years. So thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Jeff. And even though we have not heard any news from Hallmark yet, I'm confident we'll have many more years together. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Blessings. Bye.
Hello, dear Postables. I am honored to have the opportunity to voice my thanks to you all for the joy and laughter you have brought into my life at a time I really needed it, as you have done for other Postable fans too. I won't say thank you for the tears, although there have been some, but thank you for the thoughtful life lessons and insights you've brought to life through your marvelous acting of Martha Williamson's beautiful characters, Oliver, Shane, Rita, and Norman. I love your willingness to dive deep into the characters and show vulnerability and sometimes contradictory human characteristics, while letting humor and wit, strength, and tenderness come through. You have truly created a unique, timeless world. I'm a new fan and am sharing Signed, Sealed, Delivered with everyone I can, because I know it will appeal to everyone in some special way and help others along the river of life as you have helped me. Of course, I am hoping for many more Signed, Sealed, Delivered movies. I wish all of you, Eric Mabius, Kristen Booth, Crystal Lowe, and Jessica Stopson, the best, professionally and personally, and a wonderful holiday season. Sincerely hoping for more, and thank you, Deliver Me a Podcast host, for this opportunity to express my deep appreciation. Again, many thanks and God bless. Deborah Stevens.
Hi, this is Marcia Knowlton. I just love the Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. It just keeps me on a level keel, and it helps brighten my day, my week, and my year. Thank you so much for showing these. I love To the Altar, my favorite. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Cindy Spencer, and I have loved this show since it started in 2014. I was recently divorced. I was kind of lost. And I saw the first episode, and I just fell in love with Oliver because he was so kind and cavalier and chivalrous. And when he met Shane, they bumped heads, and I could tell there was something there. And the characters built so beautifully into their love story. And then you met Rita and Norman, who were so awkwardly in love, and you could tell they wanted to be together and were so shy and reserved. And as each episode built, I just fell in love with the characters more and more. And, you know, when Oliver bought Shane her old house and the swing, it just fills your heart with something that's really good and pure and wonderful about falling in love. And then the Christmas special where she found her faith, and you know, the guest stars. I absolutely adored Valerie Bertinelli and the character that she played. And when she gave them the Dark of Night award, that, I don't know, it was like a crescendo, which was so beautiful. And I find myself watching the Signed, Sealed, Delivered DVDs all the time because the stories are so wonderfully written and so beautifully acted that they give me hope and they encourage my faith and they just make life a little better. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Hi, my name is Courtney Guthrie, and Signed, Sealed, Delivered has been a joy in my family. It's something that we all watch together. I'm actually really thankful for it because my grandma came down with Alzheimer's a few years ago, and it is the only way her and I really connect on shows anymore. She doesn't watch a lot of things, but she loves Signed, Sealed, Delivered as well as I do, and now that she's almost in her 90s, it's still something we enjoy together. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Carmen. Last spring, I was looking for something to watch that would be wholesome and innocent. I came across Signed, Sealed, Delivered on Hallmark Movies Now and found the exact show that I could fully enjoy and that I needed. Signed, Sealed, Delivered made me laugh harder and longer than any other show because I never had to restrain my reaction. All of the humor was clean, appropriate, and genuinely funny. And each show had substance and depicted redemption. During this time, I lost my job and faced some discouragement, but when feeling down, I could turn on Signed, Sealed, Delivered to laugh and lift my spirit. It is the only show I have wanted to watch over and over again because the humor and stories are still fresh each time. I am thankful for Signed, Sealed, Delivered because of the self-reflection and self-examination it has prompted, and for the thoroughly enjoyable entertainment it provides. Thank you for blessing me through the show.
Hi, my name is Ashley Epley, and I'm grateful for Signed, Sealed, Delivered, for a great community through Facebook, through Twitter, through Hallmark. It's brought me many friends. I'm happy to create the official Facebook fan group. It's an honor and a privilege to know that Signed, Sealed, Delivered has impacted my life and others' lives, and what Signed, Sealed, Delivered means to me is just friendship, hope, grace, and the divine intervention of a written word that seems to be lost in this world and needs more of. I just love Signed, Sealed, Delivered. I love the cast, the crew, and the friends that I made along the way. And I love your podcast, and I'm thankful for that too. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, my name is Ann Murphy. Signed, Sealed, Delivered has been my sliver of light. Each and every story in the canon has truly touched my heart with themes of faith, hope, and love, compassion, respect, and kindness. Through this incredible show, I've met a number of remarkable people who genuinely care about each other and have become a family. I've traveled with many Postables on the go all over the country to meet face-to-face, to talk and laugh, and share our mutual enthusiasm for Signed, Sealed, Delivered. I treasure these friendships, and they will last a lifetime. I think that we need uplifting programming in these troubled times, and Signed, Sealed, Delivered provides a message of hope for the future, not only for myself, but for fans all over the world. That's why we really need these stories to continue, because there are still so many more stories to tell. And quite honestly, I love us. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, this is Patti, and I'm from Northern Vermont.
I love Signed, Sealed, and Delivered for many reasons. I guess the first is that it just speaks to something in my soul. I love the layers. I love the depths. I love the symbolism. I love the struggle of the characters. It gives my own struggle meaning, and somehow you don't feel alone. And then having said that, I think the thing I'm so grateful for, not only the movies themselves and the shows, but for the Postables, the wider sense of Postables, the worldwide group that we all are. It amazes me when I read the Facebook page or the pen pal group or the Twitter account, how so many people are intertwined in each other's lives. And it's all positive. It's all a wonderful thing. I think it's amazing, and it's so hopeful for peace in our world that we can reach out and touch each other. So thank you for doing the podcast. Love the podcast too. And thank you, Martha Williamson, for creating such an amazing group of people and shows and bringing everybody together. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, Tracyhauserman here. Oh my goodness, where to start? And to keep it short, there's so much to be thankful for. I discovered Signed, Sealed, Delivered during the lockdown, and it brought this isolated gal so much inspiration, hope, and joy. I was later encouraged by Connie Wang to join Twitter for the marathon. I love Signed, Sealed, Delivered so much I came and joined, and I'm so glad I did. I am so grateful, thankful, and blessed to enjoy Martha's amazing script and to get inspired by the phenomenal acting from Kristen, Crystal, Jeff, and Eric, along with all their wonderful supporting cast. Everyone is amazing. And then not only that, but these wonderful people interact with their fans on Twitter, and it brings me such joy and smiles as time keeps passing. I thank you all for your time. From the bottom of my inspired and hopeful heart, thank you. Also, you gave me the Postables too, and that is another thing to be mighty thankful for. Blessings to you all, and see you soon. Bye.
Hello, Postables. Susan Cook from Pflugerville, deep in the heart of Texas. I am so grateful for my God, my family, my friends, and my country. Special thanks to Cammie and Jess and Casey for putting this together. I've enjoyed listening to you and in the way you've helped us all to get to know our Postables even better. Everything Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. I only found Signed, Sealed, and Delivered in May and have been hooked ever since. It makes me be a better me. It's loving nature, it's forgiving heart, it's laughter, it's tears. Life's lessons through Martha Williamson's words, her choice of actors, her choice of characters. Love all of these. Thank you, Martha. I only hope for more in the future. Come on, Hallmark, get it together and give us more. We all need it. Kristen, Eric, Crystal, and Jeff, thank you for sharing your God-given gifts through acting and living. Thank you for always taking me in and making me feel right at home in the DLO. Thank you all for keeping me sane, especially in 2020. God bless you all. Take care of your heart. Don't look down. Dance a little and never lose hope. God bless.
Hi, my name is Jana Scott, and I love Signed, Sealed, Delivered because it's well written, expertly acted, funny and dramatic, and always has some wise or thought-provoking idea. It expects a lot from its audience, and it delivers quality. The fact that Hallmark wanted Signed, Sealed, Delivered to premiere Hallmark drama shows that this franchise is a standout. In the words of Martha Williamson, through the character of Oliver O'Toole, Signed, Sealed, Delivered is perhaps not an event of great import to the world at large, but the world is a terribly complicated place, and so much of it can be ugly. That's why what is gentle and beautiful and joyful is worth fighting to preserve.
Hi, Hi, this is Patti, and I'm from Northern Vermont. I love Signed, Sealed, and Delivered for many reasons. I guess the first is that it just speaks to something in my soul. I love the layers. I love the depth. I love the symbolism. I love the struggle of the characters. It gives my own struggle meaning, and somehow you don't feel alone. And then having said that, I think the thing I'm so grateful for, not only the movies themselves and the shows, but for the Postables, the wider sense of Postables, the worldwide group that we all are. It amazes me when I read the Facebook page or the pen pal group or the Twitter account, how so many people are intertwined in each other's lives. And it's all positive. It's all a wonderful thing. I think it's amazing, and it's so hopeful for peace in our world that we can reach out and touch each other. So thank you for doing the podcast. Love the podcast too. And thank you, Martha Williamson, for creating such an amazing group of people and shows and bringing everybody together. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hello, this is Nancy Loader, calling from Connecticut. I discovered Signed, Sealed, Delivered during the lockdown for COVID last spring. I was watching the series and the movies, and they really delivered me from my severe anxiety and isolation. How can I thank them? But I really want to thank all involved. Martha Williamson for her inspired scripts and the unparalleled cast of Eric, Kristen, Yonke, and Jeff for their brilliant interpretation. When I began to tweet during the marathons, I found a loving, caring family of Postables worldwide. I talk to them on Twitter 24/7, and I've made enduring friendships. When my son was diagnosed with COVID recently, they sent me prayers and messages that really brought me to tears. So, here in 2020, I am thankful for all the Postables love and for the finest show ever produced for Hallmark Channel. I will be increasingly thankful when SSD is renewed in 2021. I have faith because, after all it takes is a little.
Hi, my name is Faith. I am a newer Postable, and I'm actually glad I didn't find it till I did. I came across it this summer, and especially now during this time where we are going through such turmoil within the world and such divide in our country, and we cannot get out like we used to because of this pandemic that we are going through. And so to find the goodness and to find the hope out in the world the way, we should be able to within humanity, Signed, Sealed, and Delivered has brought hope just by watching the stories that the Postables share, in regards to the letters and the way they interact with each other and the people that they deliver these letters to. It just, it's a reminder that there is goodness, there is hope, and we just need to keep the faith. And that is what I enjoy, and that is what I am thankful for within the show. And I really, really hope that we get to see more. And so proud to be a Postable. And yes, thank you. Bye.
Hello, my name is Diane Crittenden. Signed, Sealed, Delivered is truly a life-altering series in the best ways possible. It is my happy place, where I go for comfort, laughter, joy, intelligence, quality, romance, family, and faith. The Postables group around the world has become like family. This series and its cast have provided me and my students the most amazing teaching tool. I've used it to teach writing, history, vocabulary, plot, setting, character development, family, friendship, and faith. Kristen Booth and Martha Williamson are two beautiful, intelligent, kind, and compassionate women who took time out of their busy lives to travel to Mechanicsville, Iowa, and surprise my students. It was one of my very favorite experiences of my life, and I will be forever grateful. SSD means the world to me, and I hope the magic continues far into the future. It is what the world needs now more than ever. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lucy Powell. I'm 79 years old, and I have lived in Middle Georgia my entire life. I want to thank Hallmark for the wonderful signed, sealed, and delivered movies. I stumbled onto these movies in the series shortly after the death of my husband in October of 2019, and I knew immediately that I had found 4 warm and loving friends. I have enjoyed these movies and the series beyond measure. I have them all recorded on my DVR for quick access. I have them all on DVDs in my media cabinet, and I never miss an airing of any of them. I subscribe to Hallmark now and Hallmark Drama, so I won't have to take a chance on missing one. And I've also purchased an entire set for my daughter in California. Again, Hallmark, thank you so much for these loving and inspiring movies, and the cast, the characters, and the wonderful people who played the characters. Please know that at 79, I'm not sure I can wait a very long time for a new movie, so I'm anxiously awaiting that, but still so thankful for the ones that have already been produced. Thank you.
Hi, Marge Piper here. And the Signed, Sealed, and Delivered movies that got me hooked was The Impossible Dream. Realizing from my daughter-in-law that this was a series, I started watching the series after getting all the CDs. This was a great purchase. Martha Williamson wrote a gem, and the Fab Four, Eric, Kristen, Crystal, and Jeff, portrayed their roles to the highest level. This series has been a blessing to so many, and it has been a blessing to me. Special thanks to all those associated with this wonderful series. Blessings to you all.
Hi, Postables. This is Janet Everhart. I stumbled on Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas a few years ago. I was struggling with the holidays since I recently lost my husband. For Christmas has such an inspirational message. I loved it, and after that I was just hooked. The stories are so uplifting and meaningful. I cannot say enough about this Postables group either. I have made friends that I've never even met just by sharing a bond together from a wonderful series of movies. Happy Thanksgiving, Postables, and I love you all.
My name is Paige Chastain, and Signed, Sealed, Delivered I'm thankful for Signed, Sealed, Delivered because I think in a time of need we're in right now, with all of the things going on and the illnesses and people's jobs being shut down, Signed, Sealed, Delivered reminds us that there's hope and that there's somebody greater than us in control of the world. It also shows us how to care about people even when we don't know them, and maybe even when we don't like them. The characters are written well and acted well. The show has superior quality all the way around, but the real heart of the show is the way it teaches us to love, and it teaches us to hope.
Hi, I'm Mary Bethwitzinski from Michigan. So, how do I count the ways that I love Signed, Sealed, Delivered? First, it all begins with the writing of Martha Williamson and Brandy Harkonnen. who gives such beautiful stories and characters such depth and meaning. Marcia writes about issues in society that need to be addressed. She handles them with grace and compassion. She has the skill to write about any controversial issue with such empathy that she shows all sides of the issue so viewers can embrace new perspectives on them. She's the writer we need in this often harsh world. Her characters are flawed, just like us, and struggle to free themselves from the things that hold them back. Yet that's balanced by strengths and abilities that make them admirable, unique, and lovable. Seeing these characters embrace their vulnerability and grow, not in a short 2-hour time frame, but over time with stops and starts, gives viewers so much conviction that they too can grow past limitations they experience in their own lives. Postables often say that Signed, Sealed, Delivered is more than entertainment. Though endlessly entertaining, it's also food for our souls. The truth is, Signed, Sealed, Delivered changes people. There's so much we Postables have shared with each other about how it's made us better people. Just like Shane told Becky that working with Oliver has made them want to be better. Signed, Sealed, Delivered does that for us too. And then of course our principal cast, Eric, Kristen, Crystal, and Jeff, bring these characters to life in such a way that they just seem like real people. We invite real people that we love into our homes, the hundreds of times we watch and rewatch these films. Martha calls them lightning in the bottle, and they are a gifted ensemble that always brings their best because they understand the importance of the work they're doing and the good it puts into the world. And their personal interactions with us are also priceless. We love the good people that they are in their own corners of the world. Add to them our amazing regulars, Gregory, Zach, Carol, Kebmo, Jill, Amelie, Lane, Tammy, Barry, and all the amazing guest stars who enhance Signed, Sealed, Delivered stories. We've enjoyed all the heart these actors have contributed to the Signed, Sealed, Delivered canon, and we think Martha always brings only the best to bring the stories to life. I also love the quality of each production that can only be achieved by the crew that cares so much about bringing Martha's vision to life. Producers, directors, cinematographers, hair and makeup, wardrobe, lighting, music, set design, location finders, and countless other individuals who contribute immensely to the finished product. We notice and appreciate all the love they put into bringing Signed, Sealed, Delivered to us. Finally, I love the family that has grown around SSD. When you love SSD, you can't stop talking about it. You want to share it with others. And you can't help but search for others who love it as much as you do. Finding and hanging out with these people on Twitter and Facebook and in real-life meetups has been such an unexpected joy. I'm just so grateful for SSD and this family that has gathered around it. I pray we'll see much more of it in years to come because its light and love is what the world needs.
Hi, this is Paula from Arkansas. I've been a fan of this wonderful series, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, for about 4 years. How can I say thank you from the bottom of my heart to Martha Williamson and everyone involved in Signed, Sealed, Delivered. It is the very best thing on TV ever. I laugh, I cry, I want to be a better person. My family and friends love it. My grandchildren can quote the lines and identify with the characters. Then there's the surely awesome joy of tweeting and meeting with other Postables. We tweet, we Facebook, we meet. Don't worry, we vet each other like we're in the FBI. My first Postable trip involved a flight to D.C., renting a car, driving through D.C. traffic, picking up Jane in Maryland, who I had never seen, but she seemed nice on Twitter, and driving through Maryland traffic under a deluge of rain to a little hotel on the New Jersey shore. We walked into that hotel room where 15 strangers were waiting, and we immediately felt at home. We shared our stories about SSD, and we laughed our socks off. Since then, we've gone to LA, Gainesville, Denver, and a lot of small get-togethers.
We support each other through hard times with prayer and encouragement. I know it sounds crazy, but Signed, Sealed, Delivered has changed lives for the better, including mine. Signed, Sealed, Delivered truly has been a divine delivery. Thanks, Deliver Me a Podcast, for this opportunity to talk about SSD.
Hi, this is Jim Richardson from Rochester, New York. I love your podcast. It's a great one, and getting to know you guys and all the people on this fan group. That's what I'm thankful for. I discovered the show because of the One Calls the Heart fan page, and people were talking about Kevin McGarry being on the Compare Us with Love episode. And I had never heard of it, which is surprising because I'm a mailman, but I didn't have Hallmark Movies and Mysteries until this a few years ago. So I had never heard of it, so I watched that episode, and I didn't really know what was going on with the main characters since I hadn't seen anything beforehand, but I loved the plot and of the trying to figure out about the missing letter and Kevin's character. So I wanted to watch the rest of them in order, so I waited until I was able to get the series at the library, which I had to wait about a month and a half because of the COVID and the library was being closed. But I finally got it and watched the entire series, and we loved it. And one of my favorite, I think it really started getting hitting its stride around episodes 5 or 6, and just really loved it, especially when Rita started trying out for the special delivery and she got all dolled up, and the reaction of Oliver and Norman, especially Norman with his hair glowing when she walked in, he was just like blown away. That's like one of my favorite episodes. Then Dark at Night was like the most powerful episode, and Elaine did a really good job with that. Really a plot twist in that one. And then Carol Burnett was fantastic. That was like one of the funniest episodes. So then when the Compares with Love came again after the Christmas movie is what made my wife a huge fan. She kind of liked it, but it really made her a huge fan. Now she's into it as much as I am. So then Compares with Love made a lot more sense now that I knew all the storyline. But unfortunately, by watching Compares with Love first, when I was watching the series, I kind of knew what was going to happen with everything, so it kind of spoiled it for me. So it's definitely better to watch it in order. But since then, the movies have all been fantastic. I love the addition of Gregory Harrison as Oliver's dad. I think he adds a lot to the show. His relationship with Oliver is another real heart tugger. I don't know what else to say. I just love the show.
Hi, my name is Joanne Blas. I stumbled across Signed, Sealed, Delivered earlier this year while scrolling through YouTube videos in the early days of the pandemic. I was recently retired and feeling restless and anxious. It was a clip on a top 10 listing of most waited for TV kisses, and the Shane Oliver kiss in the DLO was number 2. I don't even remember what number 1 was, as I spent the next 2 to 3 days watching and rewatching every video I could find. The dialogue was clever and funny and romantic and honest. The storylines and characters drew me in over countless clips ranging from 2-minute bursts to 30-minute compilations. The first full-length movie I watched was For Christmas during a Hallmark SSD marathon. Even though I was missing much of the backstory to each of the Postables to that point, it didn't lessen my sheer enjoyment of the movie and every movie that followed. Now that I've seen them all several times, each time I watch an episode or movie, I still find myself reflecting and examining my own life. Am I brave enough to live my faith with as much conviction as Oliver does? Do I like who I am based on the sum of all the decisions I make, as Joe describes? I laugh often as it lifts my spirit. Golf cart scene, Norman's mole sauce escapade, Rita's unique dancing style, and Ramon being, well, Ramon. With each viewing, I notice something different. The gentle touches Shane gives Oliver, how on point each musical piece is to what is taking place. And of course, the Postables fan group, dear folks who I never would have met otherwise. The words may belong to Marcia, but the entire cast brings SSD to life. A day doesn't go by without SSD in it in some fashion. It enriches my life in ways I never thought a show could. It has become a friend that provides exactly what I need when I need it.
Hi, my name is Pat McWilliams-Lois, and I am a big fan of Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. There are just so many reasons to love this show, it's hard to know where to start. It's very uplifting, inspiring, has big hearts, it has ethics, it has people who want to help, and despite what's going on in their own lives, they want to help somebody else. The acting, of course, is fantastic, and the writing is beyond belief. And the growth of the characters is just amazing to watch through these shows. And so I'm very, very, very fond of them. I've had many favorite shows through the years, but this is the best one that I've ever had. I've watched it so many times, each episode. And other favorite shows I just watch once or twice at the most, and then I'm done with them. They say, okay, I've seen it, I know what that is. But these people, they don't have any special talents to be detectives. They just have caring hearts, and they have a strong moral value, which certainly adds to the cause of it all. And I do really love the podcasts and things that you guys have been doing with them. I just so enjoy listening to you talk about the shows. Oliver is hurting, but he still helps and still does the best he can to help either. Shane started out rather harsh and judgmental of the people in the office, but he certainly changed fast and he came to love them all. And Rita, dear sweet Rita, always positive. She's the only one that was never jealous. Everybody else had someone to be jealous about, but not our Rita. And Norman was clueless, but so loving and so endearing. You just couldn't help but love Norman. And he started out as kind of off somewhere in the clouds, but he ended up through the series where he became the heart and soul, and he always was there for, like with Buzz, he handed him the cupcake, the chocolates, the brownies and stuff like that. So then also you just come to love Joe and Ramon and Hazel. Just all of them are just sweet characters. Do they all have happy woo 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 lives? No, they don't. They all have trials they're going through, like ordinary people do.
Hi, my name is Kylie, and I am so grateful to be a part of this wonderful Postables community online for the amazing show in Hallmark made by Martha Williamson that is Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Not only am I grateful to have found out about the show a year ago when I was looking for Christmas movies to have stumbled upon From the Heart, but to have gotten to know just how beautiful and uplifting the series is, especially when the pandemic started, which is also the time that I also became a Postables fan. And I'm incredibly grateful for how uplifting it is in times when we need it the most. Such genuine and beautifully written characters such as Oliver, Norman, Shane, and Rita. Everything that the cast, be it the main cast or the guest stars and the crew and the directors, and of course Martha Williamson and the composers for the show for just bringing this beautiful package of anything that anyone could ever want in an inspirational show. And I'm just grateful for the powerful impact it has and the beautiful stories it tells about human life and how lives can be changed and how every timing is perfect. Because as they say, trust the timing. And the timing couldn't be more perfect to discover a show, like I said, in a time that we need hope the most. This show brings hope, and I'm so grateful that I've been given so much hope just by getting to watch the show and see these stories come to life. So thank you very much to everybody involved for making such a beautiful, beautiful show. May God bless you always, and stay safe and have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Hello, this is John East Walls. I have been a loyal viewer of Seinfeld Delivered since its debut in October of 2013 and have never missed any viewing since. What does Seinfeld Delivered mean to me? Seinfeld Delivered is like an old friend. No matter the time apart, we reconnect without missing a beat. Seinfeld Delivered is the hope that the world can be better despite itself. Seinfeld Delivered is like a warm blanket. It warms up your heart and allows you to be in a happy bubble when needed. Seinfeld Delivered is my go-to when I need restoration, peace, or affirmation, especially since my mom passed and this pandemic has hit. Seinfeld Delivered, without a doubt, will leave you in a better place, especially if you open your heart and your mind up to the possibilities. What I'm most thankful for is I'm very thankful to Martha Williamson for coming up with the concept, developing the franchise, and casting a brilliantly perfect cast. Thanks to all for delivering such a meaningful and inspirational canon. The more I watch, the more spirituality I see in myself and more calmness. I know that sounds weird, but I do feel it. Eric, Kristen, Crystal, and Jeff, thank you for allowing us to see what gifted performers you are and for being tremendous Seinfeld Delivered ambassadors. And last but surely not least, I am thankful to Seinfeld Delivered for giving me a newly found extended family called the Postables, who are a truly remarkable group of humans who I know I could go to at any time if I needed just words of encouragement, and hopefully we will all be able to get together sooner rather than later. Once again, thank you. Thank you, thank you for all who are involved in Seinfeld Delivered. You truly inspire us. You make us happy. And we hope that your lives continue to enrich us.
My name is Valerie Hooper, and I just love this special show. I only discovered it this past year, and I'm thoroughly enjoying rewatching it with my 15-year-old daughter, who loves it too. We laugh and we cry together. Each episode never fails to tug at my heartstrings, and it has been a long time since I've watched a show where the tears are streaming down my face while I can't stop smiling. I have fallen in love with each of our 4 wonderful, quirky characters. There's Oliver with his quotes and his yoo-hoos, and Shane with her traveling desk and her first rose of summer. There's Rita with her love for owls and her amazing memory, and Norman just being Norman and stealing my heart. I am so thankful for such a beautiful, funny, clever, moving, delightful, God-honoring show. I can't wait to see more of the Postables.
Hi, Podcast Postables. It's Jennifer Gorley, and I hope you're all doing well. When given the opportunity to reflect on what Seinfeld Delivered means to me and why I'm thankful for the show, I wanted to really think about this and to focus on what's important. I could say that I'm thankful for the complex, entertaining stories told through Seinfeld Delivered. I could also say that I'm thankful for a show that I can recommend to everyone. That I don't have to tell people, oh, wait till the kids have gone to bed before watching Seinfeld Delivered. Or that I have to worry that my older relatives will blush when they watch it and wonder, what's this young generation up to? I could even say that I'm thankful for the fact that Seinfeld Delivered takes topics that could be scary and just makes them matter. But if I want to be honest about this and what's most important, well, it's got to be the people. And I'm talking about everyone. I'm talking about Martha Williamson. I'm talking about all of our wonderful Postables actors. And I'm talking about the production crew that makes everything happen. As Oliver says, well, to paraphrase Oliver, it's clear that they put their hearts into their work. But on a more personal level, I'm talking about the rest of our Postables family. From people I've only met online to those I've been so fortunate to be able to meet in person, I've formed lasting friendships with some of the kindest, most compassionate people on this planet. People who care about me and find ways of encouraging me. They even laugh at my silly jokes. I'm so amazed at the sense of community, real community inspired by a television program. I bet if we started counting, we'd find out we'd have more cousins than Norman does. So, Postables family, near or far, thank you for being a part of my life.
Hi, this is Lynn from Michigan. I'm a relatively new Postable. Just discovered the show during the May Marathon. For me, Signed, Sealed, Delivered is more than just a great show. It somehow has the ability to bring people together from across the globe, people from all different backgrounds and beliefs, and it allows us to find common ground in our love of the stories and of the characters. It's created a huge Postable family, many of whom who have never met in person, but would do anything for each other. If a Postable posts on Twitter that they're having a rough day, you can bet that within a few minutes they'll receive encouragement from around the world. I also love how Signed, Sealed, Delivered reminds us that we don't have to be the same as each other to be able to work together, that we all have our own strengths and weaknesses, and that we're stronger when we lean on each other. Our differences should be celebrated and help us grow into the best people we can be. Thank you so much to everyone who worked so hard to bring us this wonderful show, and we hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Those are such beautiful sentiments, you guys.
That was beautiful. That
really was.
Oh, I could not have even imagined the impact that these movies have had on some people's lives. It's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes, and thank you for sending in all of your many amazing pictures from your trips that you've taken to see each other. We loved seeing them. I know even just looking at the ones I had brought back so many memories, and I just hope we can all meet up again someday.
Yes. Hopefully one day. Trust the timing.
Trust the timing. That's right.
And on that note, we are grateful for you. We are grateful for this community, and we love you all. Thank you so much for listening to our episode this week. And if you live in the USA, happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Have a good one. Make sure you just get your comfy pants on, eat a lot of good food, and watch more Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Yeah. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.